Soon after the Thanksgiving turkey has made its appearance and sacrifice on dinner tables across the nation, the musical algorithm begins to shift to the traditional holiday songs we all know and love. Many of these holiday hits have been with us all of our lives. We have sung about white Christmases and how Santa Claus is coming to town since we were in feet pajamas. Shout out to feet pajamas. Anyway, there's one song in particular that's always kind of bothered me, even though, we sang it anyway, and that is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, a jam that we all know word for word, and we've sung it with all of our hearts at home, in the car, and of course at school events. But when you really think about the story that's being told, it's a tale about how someone was different from others, got ridiculed and ostracized until Santa finally found a use for Rudolph on a foggy Christmas Eve. Well, it's a Christmas Eve today, but it's not foggy. It's actually a wonderful day here in the city of Atlanta. But anyway, we watched the energy shift from one extreme to the other. Now we've got conversations of people going down in history when a moment ago the reindeer games were prohibited and we were laughing and calling names. You remember that? Anyway, this song puts social toxicity and conditional acceptance to a melody. So I came to the conclusion that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is the shadiest Christmas song ever, and his story needs to be told. Let's talk about it.
Let's get started.
Happy holidays, Fame Analytics family. Make sure you like, subscribe, share so we can keep the conversation going. We got another opportunity to talk about stuff, and we got to do that. Anyway, the tale of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer has always been a very interesting one for me. I mean, we sing the lyrics to this song without really realizing how they harassed and put Rudolph through all kinds of trauma and then showed him love after Santa decided that his nose could be useful. Like, we really don't know how Rudolph felt about all of this. The song makes it seem like all was forgiven and he went down in history, but what were his true feelings about this switch up of energy from his reindeer squad? I mean, was there ever an apology, or did they just move along like you weren't just bashing this guy last week? I've also wondered, or always wondered, I should say, if anyone ever took into account why Rudolph's nose was red. Like, did he have a medical condition? Was he a cokehead? Was he one of the last dragons? If you know, you know. Rudolph could have had some really deep-rooted issues, and Santa and his team were just watching him get left out of the reindeer activities because his nose had that glow. I mean, he could have had a real disability and was being forced to work in a hostile work environment. And, I always wondered, will there ever be a song where Santa is held accountable for creating and tolerating a toxic work environment? Yeah, I said it. Has there ever been a time when we've heard Rudolph's point of view? Like, how did he really feel about these people that disregarded his nose situation until it was useful for them? That is the definition of shady. And then to add injury to insult, he is now stuck with not only leading a long night of slaying and delivering presents all over the world, but having to hear millions of people sing a song about how he got taken advantage of generation after generation after generation. Like, you notice that the song doesn't ever talk about how Rudolph felt before or after. For all we know, Rudolph had told everybody to go to hell prior to leading that sleigh on that foggy Christmas Eve night. So the next time you hear this song, I want you to take into account how Rudolph felt about working with a bunch of fake ass people who clearly did not have his best interests at heart and only tolerated him because of his ability to brighten their path. Like, the ability for Santa and the reindeer to give Rudolph conditional acceptance energy while being tasked with spreading happiness and good cheer should be studied. It should be studied in a college with a bunch of people to get a better understanding as to how somebody could thrive in that particular environment, and then also have a song that has to be played generation after generation about how they got taken advantage of. Anyway, what is your take on this song and Rudolph's journey? Are we overreacting, or am I overreacting? Should we consider other variables? Let me know in the comments, and have yourself a happy holiday and all that kind of good stuff. Make sure you like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's talk about it.